District dated December 17th, 2020 to order. Eric, would you do the roll call, please?
Commissioner Pye?
Here.
Commissioner Rivers?
Here.
Commissioner Hartman? Commissioner Brown? President McGarrah?
Here.
Mr. Brown's here.
He was muted.
Hey, all right. I would like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll entertain a motion that we approve the minutes of the Personnel and Finance Subcommittee meeting and the meeting of the Board of Commissioners dated 19 November 2020.
Any further discussion needed? Eric, can you call the roll?
Commissioner Rivers?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Pye?
Aye.
President McGarrah?
Aye. All right, on to our next one. Yes, we have all of our regular cast of people. Welcome, everybody. Okay, we'll move on to our next item, which is the approval of the agenda. Marilyn, is there going to be any changes or additions?
No, it's
Okay.
no.
I'm going to make a motion that I'm going to entertain a motion to approve the agenda as stated.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion needed? Eric, could you do the roll call?
Commissioner Rivers?
Aye.
Commissioner Pye?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
President McGarrah?
Aye. Okay, we will move on. Do any of the commissioners have any comments today?
I got one. Tuesday, I went up to Chapter to look at the patio. It's looking real good. Marilyn, that is one big patio. It looks very nice.
Yep, we did a walkthrough today with Kamosi, and there's a very minimal punch list, and otherwise it is complete, and we'll be looking forward to have some kind of an event in the spring to christen it.
Yeah, it is definitely beautiful. I'd like to make a comment about the flu shot. I got my flu shot at the Herban Center, and it was totally organized, got in, got out. It was well laid out. Everybody was professional. I just wanted to give you a shout out and tell David I thought it was great. So I hope people took advantage of it. I know that today was the second day, Tuesday and today. So I hope people took advantage of it because it really worked out great. So I thought it was well managed.
Thank you. We had good cooperation with Rosalind Franklin University Health Clinic in having those shots done there. It was a pretty small turnout on Tuesday. I didn't hear it today. Did you, Kay? I didn't hear how many people came through today. So we'll get that info. But thank you.
Yep. All right. Moving on to our reports. Anything from the attorneys?
No, not today.
Okay. And the treasurer's report, we have bills that need to be paid. So I will entertain a motion to approve the bills.
I'll make a motion that we approve the unpaid bills in the amount of $66,961.65. Total paid bills of $499,247.58 for a total of $566,209.23.
I will second that.
Any further discussion needed? Okay. Eric, can you take the roll?
Commissioner Rivers?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Pye?
Aye.
President McGarrah?
Aye. Okay, we will move on to the director report. What you got for us, Marilyn?
In addition to my written report, just wanted to mention the Trail of Lights through Shiloh Park, very well received by the community. We had a special event on December 5th where we gave out little teddy bears to the kids, and we had Santa at the end of the trail that night. We were only going to have the trail open for the weekend because we were afraid of vandalism out in the park. We decided that we would just give it some time and see how it was received and if we could maintain the integrity of the trail. And so far, knock on wood, so good. We haven't had the vandalism, and people really have been enjoying the Trail of Lights. We're not charging a fee for it. There's a lot of them around, but some of them are very expensive. So people are really appreciating that we have put this together. So really happy that we did it and the opportunity to do it. And hopefully we can just keep expanding on it each holiday season and continue with it. It's going to be open until December 27th at this point, unless there's, a major issue that comes up. But right now it's been good. And so we're really happy that the community is so supportive of it.
Okay. Do you want to add anything about the COVID testing?
Yeah, I was going to say, okay. And the COVID testing, we were approached by the manager of 7-Eleven in Zion. He wanted to do a community project. And so he has contracted with O'Hare Labs to do COVID testing. That setup will be up at the corner of 27th and MES at the Shiloh parking lot until the end of January. So it's not a short-term thing. They wanted to do a long-term COVID testing site. I think they've been pretty successful. There's been some slow times, but there's also been, I think, quite a few people who have gone through. I asked him for some numbers, but he never got those back to me before today. So I think it's going well, and people appreciate that also in the community, that they can go there, have a COVID test. There's no need for an insurance card. You can just go have the test and there's no cost. So it's a nice service that the 7-Eleven, I think, is sponsoring the cost of the testing site.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, anything else before we move on?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, we're going to move on to new business. We're going to talk about the executive session minute review. So we just need entertain the motion. All
Yeah,
right.
we did the review last meeting.
I didn't know if you need to talk about it. All right, so I am just going to entertain a motion to approve the executive session minutes review that was held on November 19th, 2020.
So moved. So moved.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Did someone second it? Jess, did
I
you second?
Yes.
Any further discussion needed? I guess we already approved it. Eric, can you do the roll call?
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Rivers,
Aye.
President Magera.
Aye. Okay, let's move on to the COVID tracking form.
Yeah, I included that in your packets. That's something that we had been looking at as a way to just keep track of any issues that we are having with employees or patrons with COVID-19. So we have had a couple of situations where we have used the tracking form, and it just gives us a good way to keep track of the possible outbreaks. We have had nothing with patrons. It has all been with employees. And so just wanted to put this together and see if there was any other questions or input that anybody has about it. We got that form. Who'd we get that form from, Kay?
You're on mute,
Gotta-
Kay.
You're muted.
Sorry, it was from another park district. Remember, Marilyn, they sent it over from a special rec.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
And we
that's right.
we combined it with another one. So
Yeah, right. So we had a couple of samples that people were using that we thought were effective ways to, instead of me just keeping track of it all, having a formal way to do it was a good idea. So I just wanted you guys to be aware that, that's what we're using to stay on top of this whole situation.
I did have one question. I noticed that there was a place where you could, it talked about who and when, the situation, and it said, if a patron, is there a way that you're making sure that you know the patrons, what time they're there? Because
yeah,
they
so
have-
when they use the fitness center, they have to make an appointment, so we know
Okay.
that. And then when we were having groups come in and do rentals, they had to provide a roster with contact information of everyone. And then for programs, obviously we had a roster. So
Oh, good.
we were able
Okay.
to, if we needed that information, we were able to get it.
Perfect. Any other questions that you have for Marilyn on that? Okay. Let's move on for number 11. That's golf rates, and that starts on page 59 of your packet.
Don't we got approved the conferencing or no?
No,
It was just information for us.
just a form for you to know that we're utilizing that form.
Okay, I'm sure.
Sorry, Jess, I should have stated that.
Yeah,
Okay, we are going to move on to the golf rates, and it starts on page 59 of your packet. Marilyn, or is Alan talking about this, or are you talking about this?
Go ahead, Alan, you can talk about this.
Well, as you can see, you have the proposed rates in front of you. We are proposing modestly moving some rates that weren't moved on residents last year up to, from $25 to $29 in a couple of categories, $29 to $34, senior with a cart. And then the weekend rates moving up $5 is basically what they moved. We didn't move all the categories. I think I moved 8, basically half of them. But there's simply that much demand for those time slots. On the non-resident side, our biggest category of the 18 holes with a cart on the weekends for non-resident, that has a $69 to $74 range because that category is in demand dynamic pricing. So that can fluctuate a little bit. The other ones are set prices. I did just notice an error as I overwrote last year's form to this year's form. I wrote in the last sentence on the proposed rates that I anticipated revenues rising from $25,000 to $30,000. Given the demand, given that the market consultants are telling us for 2021, there's still going to be a lot of folks working from home, which lends a lot of demand for folks getting out on the golf course. They don't anticipate, unfortunately for the recreation side, a lot of 100% return to Little League and things like that, which parents went to and many folks coached in. So that bottom line is closer to $100,000 is what I've got as I'm working through the Shepherd's budget right now. Given that we have, even 80% of the demand that we had this year, a lot of the demand this year was also accelerated by near perfect weather. We received very little rainfall on the peak period weekends. It was just an exceptional year all the way around. I hate to say exceptional because of, the COVID situation we're all going through, but golf was one of those segments of our society that just really took off. You know, those rates were also used to capture, you know, some return on the investment. The Park District has invested in a beautiful patio and has invested in new equipment, and what we'll move on to next is the new fleet of golf carts. But this is the mechanism that we use to recapture the expenses of those investments, as well as the increase that's going to go up in minimum wage for us. So the market folks right now are saying raise people out of their chairs. Absolutely, you are in a position right now to raise your rates through the roof, but that's not what I did. We just touched a couple rates. We're right with the competition. There's no pandemic gouging going on in this at all. I've already talked to a couple of groups for next year and told them probably where we were going, and they were like, hey, that's no problem, go ahead and book it. So there's been no pushback at all on a $5 increase.
And I think the other thing was we really were talking about an increase for this past year, and we decided with COVID that we weren't going to do that. So I agree that, you know, there were there's no instance of price gouging when we were, you know, having a great summer, and no interest in doing that going forward. But return on investment for what we are investing in the course to make the experience even better for golfers is of a value.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Marilyn. I think even having that new patio is gonna bring a big boost too. And that's a perk. I do.
I have one question, Ellen. You got 69 and 74. Can you explain why you got two prices on that level?
Yeah, that's our dynamic pricing feature that we've got in our software. For an example, let's say that it's Father's Day weekend and my tee sheet is 90% sold out. I believe it's in the best interest of the Park District if I go on the back end of the software, and instead of being a $69 rate, I post a $74 number. And I just live by the theory that as far as pricing is concerned, that no one ever bought anything they didn't want. If there's a foursome in Kenosha that can't get a tee time anywhere and Shepherd's Crook has one for 74, they'll gladly pay it. But I just don't think that on really, really peak demand times that I should be locked into a price and 100% sold out.
I totally agree with that.
That's just giving the range of prices that it could be on a weekend or a holiday.
Okay, I agree with that. Now,
Yeah. Do you have a question, Cheryl?
No, actually, I was asking the same one Jesse did.
that was my only question on that report.
Right, and the residents have no demand pricing in there. Those are fixed prices that they can rely on.
Yeah.
Any other questions before I entertain a motion?
No.
No. Okay. I am going to entertain a motion to approve the new golf rate changes as stated.
So move.
I'll
Second.
second it. Yep, there we go.
Any further discussion needed? Eric, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Pye,
Aye.
Commissioner Rivers,
Aye.
President Magera.
Aye. Okay, the next item is the golf carts, and that was sent under a separate email from Eric this morning.
Yeah. We had 3 bids for golf carts that Alan and I opened yesterday. Harris Golf Cars, Nadler Golf Cars, and Easy Go Textron. 5-year lease for 74 gas golf carts. Harris came in at 236,057 and 40 cents. Nadler came in at 238,650, and Easy Go came in at 275,413 and 20 cents. Alan has requested the ability to reevaluate the alternates that we had on the bid. So we would just be recommending that we enter into a 5-year lease for 74 golf carts, accepting the low bid from Harris at 236,057 and 40 cents.
Any questions? Jess, you got any questions?
No.
Everybody and nobody else? Okay. Then I'm going to entertain a motion to enter into a 5-year lease agreement for 74 golf carts and accept the low bid of Harris Golf cars in the amount of $236,057 and 40 cents.
So move.
Second.
Any further discussion needed? Eric, can you take the roll?
Commissioner Rivers,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Pai,
Aye.
President McGarrah.
Aye. Okay, we only have one other thing on our docket today. Adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion needed? Eric. Call the roll.
Commissioner Rivers,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Pai,
Aye.
President McGarrah.
Aye. And we're out.
Enjoy the
Guys, have a
holiday.
good holiday.
Happy holidays.
Well,
Holiday.